Like Canada is 3 times expensive than Dubai. It's
Really?
unbelievable.
How do you think, with your current job, will you be able to have your own house?
Impossible.
Canadian home prices need to drop $341,000 in order to be affordable.
I'm glad you stopped by. Thank you for being here, and it's the right place for you. And today in the episode of TikTok videos, we'll be looking at the housing crisis in Canada. Like, it's just crazy. Even if 6 digits, it's hard to own a home in Canada. And some have even gone to the extent of giving up on having a home in Canada. So it's so hard. Try to leave your thoughts in the comment section. Really, I love comments. I love hearing feedback. Do you love what I'm doing?
I'm never gonna own a house.
Here's a fun fact about how broken our system is. I can't own a house either, despite owning 2 successful businesses. I live in my parents' basement. There's a fun fact about me. And don't get me wrong, that's not from lack of trying to buy a house, but they make it incredibly difficult nowadays. First, start a business after university, and they say, oh, you need 3 years of business income. Cool, stay in business for 3 years. Go to reapply, and they say you had ups and downs. You need stable income, but businesses grow. They have up and downs. That's how it works. So I give myself a small, steady income, and then they look at things like, oh, you got your pickup truck. You have too much debt. You can't buy a house with this level of income. They say, oh, you don't need 5% down. You need 20% down because you're a business owner. Do you know how hard it is to save up 20% of a house? So despite paying off all my trucks, saving up 20%, it is still incredibly difficult to buy a house because the house prices are going up faster than I can save the 20%. And they say this needs to be done because it's the affordability. Despite running 2 businesses, they don't know if I can handle the finance of buying a house. Don't worry, you can buy an $80,000 pickup instead, $0 down.
Canadian homes are disgustingly unaffordable. Coming from somebody who makes 6 figures, it's still difficult to get a home.
Why people are choosing to leave Canada, episode 1. The cost of these houses in Lancaster, New York had me questioning my entire life decisions. As a South African who chose to move to Canada, I see a place that is so close to home, but the houses that they have, in true American fashion, they are big, they are so spacious, you're not super close to your neighbor, and the price. Why can't Canada have houses that are this big that cost less than $1 million? The cost of homes in Ontario is ridiculous.
So I'm a millennial, and I would say I'm a very typical millennial. The future scares the shit out of me, and I don't know what I'm doing with my life. And at my age, I'm 32, I should be able to buy a home, and I can't. And I've been talking to friends and family, and everyone here in Canada is struggling right now. And I don't have many friends who can afford a home. Anyways, I just found out something about our government that I really think we should all fucking talk about. So everyone in Canada knows, everyone knows, that there are so many foreign home buyers. So people from different countries who have a lot of wealth, and they buy houses and condos and apartments here like it's fucking candy. And the government basically makes 15% commission, they call it tax, but it's commission, off of every single one of those purchases. And where the fuck does that money go? How is that helping locals at all? And this tax has not deterred foreign home buyers at all. I don't get what the fuck we're doing.
Your house is not your asset. You'll never own your house. The government does. You'll be paying property tax forever.
I don't mind giving most of my paycheck to my living and groceries on a shitty bungalow in Barrie, Ontario. What I do mind is that then, after I give you half my paycheck, you're gonna be like, oh, and you can't wash your car in the driveway. And absolutely no storage in the garage, especially not winter tires. I've come to accept that I will never be able to afford owning a home. But if I'm gonna be stuck renting and giving someone my whole paycheck every month, I'm gonna wash my fucking car in the driveway. I'm not paying to keep my winter tires somewhere the fuck else. The problem with renting is that landlords have the audacity. They're like, no pets, no children, no laughing after 9 p.m. Just take my money and shut up.
Okay, listen to this. Listen, okay? Average Canadian income, $54,000. Median Canadian income, $41,000. Average home price in Canada, $720,000. Toronto now. Average income of 25 to 34-year-olds in Toronto, $54,000. Median income of that same group, $44,000. Average home sold price in the GTA, Greater Toronto Area, $1.2 million. Lastly, average GTA condo sold price, $750,000.
Millennials are leaving Toronto in record numbers. Take a look at this. The extremely high cost of living caused a record number of young adults between 25 and 35 to leave the province in 2022. Take a look at the cost of housing here and you'll see how ridiculous this looks for younger people. At 1.2, this is about the cost of the average home in the GTA, and you're getting a 2-bed, 2-bath, old fixer-upper that's not even in the city. To afford a home like this as a young person at these current interest rates, you would need to earn over $300,000 of gross household income. In some areas of Toronto, you don't even get a house for this much. You get a building permit. And if you think buying pre-construction in downtown is any better, I got news for you. A brand new 1+ den in this building downtown is even more expensive, starting at $1.4 million. So where are all these young people from Ontario actually going? One of the most popular places is actually Alberta. In Alberta, you could get a brand new 3-bed, 3-bath detached home for half the price. Not only is your mortgage payment half, but there's also no building levies, no development charges, no HST, and no land transfer tax. Even if you wanted to move to the States to a growing area like Texas, you could buy a brand new home for about 1/3 of the price. The numbers are just not looking good. In the last 12 months, we lost an extra 50,000 people than we normally do. Most of these people are millennials, like most of you watching this, and myself. I know a lot of you guys have grown up in and have only lived in Ontario, but is it time?
My name's Cody DeLulo.
Do you rent or own?
I rent.
Are you renting with roommates or alone?
Yeah, I have 2 roommates. It's a 3-bedroom and we split the rent 3 ways. It's the only way I can afford to live.
How do you think the government can address the housing affordability crisis in Canada?
To address the Canadian housing crisis, it's essential that Canadian cities increase the supply of housing. Now, this can be achieved through a number of measures, making more land available for development, streamlining the approval process for new construction.
Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. I appreciate. Subscribe and share the video. Comment, please.